So, my sister did a video about dating 101, and it kind of spurred a lot of thoughts, and I'm one to always sort of lecture my sisters about dating and relationships and life and everything, so I thought it'd be kind of interesting to listen to myself and see if I'm really that obnoxious, which is really quite possible. So here I am using my camera. I don't have video on my computer. Jennifer, I did find it really funny that one of your comments to one of your songs was from somebody who said, a little more booze, marijuana, and a few more broken hearts, and you'd have Patsy Cline beat. That's all I'm going to say. I thought that was really interesting. I think that you have an amazing voice, and you wear your soul on your sleeve, and you remind me of myself. I don't think that you realize just how much of you seeps out. And I know that I'm the same way, and I don't have a good grasp on just how much I wear my heart on my sleeve and how easy I am to read, and I think that's sort of a family curse. But maybe it's because we're related. And I thought it was really interesting that you were sort of having your conversation with Lindsay, and she's needling. So are you with them? Are you with them? Are you with them? I would have asked the same question, and I already know what the answer is because of you stopped the camera. But, you know, I think that you had some insights, and I kind of wish I'd listened to this more recently than, you know, an hour or two ago. I've since been running around changing pants and cleaning the house and making lunch and cutting oranges, and, you know, I get distracted pretty easily. But it seems to me that, why does the word stalking keep coming to my mind? I think my one reflection, my great thought right now on dating is that it can be so similar to stalking in an instant. It can become unwanted, and I think sometimes we all don't recognize that what seems like, wow, this person's really interested in me, is actually more like they're really obsessed with me. And I'm speaking as someone who has been obsessed about, apparently, and has been an obsessor. So it's the one thing about dating that makes it so damned uncomfortable is obviously the obsession part of it. And what I have to say about that in terms of my current life is that, miraculously enough, I didn't have to deal with that. I felt so comfortable with my husband when I met him as a person, just as a person that felt very safe. And we had some really great, horribly honest conversation that, for me, it was all a very natural desire to have another conversation, and the next and the next and the next, and it wasn't ever that uncomfortable dating thing. And so my one thought that I wish I could share with people, and you really can't until they've gone there themselves, is that if dating is work, and if it feels like it takes 2 months to get to know a person and really feel comfortable and feel like you can quote unquote be yourself around them, then you're in the wrong place. You just, and hopefully the beauty of it is that dawns on you sooner each time, that if it feels like work and this feels like a stranger and I feel like I can't, you know, fart or talk about farting, there's kind of, it's a no-go. And so that's my thought for you. And to all those who have heard me ramble about and haven't yet heard me ramble about having children and all of that, there's a whole other world on the other side of the coin of yourself. Like you're single and you're dating and you get married and you have a child, and there's this whole other way. Speaking of, my son is yelling at me. I'll be there in a minute. Come here. Come sit in my lap. Come here. I'll fix it in a minute. You can't describe to someone who hasn't had a child or adopted a child just how different the world is through your eyes, how you sense it, and your sense of your of your own sexuality and your own understanding of sensuality and what love really is, and need and desire and passion about any issue. Certainly your sense of protectiveness. There are so many things inside you that come out when you have a child that is incredible. And I'm always sort of getting into my parenting issues thing a little bit. I'm always kind of shocked when people create distances between themselves and their children, especially when they're very, very young. And I don't quite get that, because I think it's an opportunity to embrace the real definition of life, and that especially women aren't given an opportunity to really honor who they are from the inside out, biology and all, in this world. And it's really kind of an unfair deal that we have to have kids and it cuts into our careers and all that crap that we've been told for years and years and years. But the thing is that having a child is bigger than everything else, I think. I really do. I think it is bigger than government and wars and money and all the other drives in the world. I think having a child is really where it's all at. It's creation itself. And in the heart of that, and the closer you are to your own experience with that, and the more you let yourself be with your experience with that, and the more you let yourself grow in it and through it, the more likely it is that you'll understand, feminism and parenthood and the importance of partnership on a greater level. And the whole dating thing in my place in my life right now is such a faint memory, thank God, and that I found a great partner in life. And of course, as all relationships do, there are ups and downs, but there's at least for us in this relationship, in this moment in time, meaning the universe time, we have a commitment to the concept of togetherness and marriage and partnership and parenting, despite differences, and the fact that we're never sure who's going to finish off the chocolate stash, though it's usually me. And I kind of wish that, Jennifer, getting back to that, I wish that on you very much, and Lindsay too, that you both at some point get to experience the other side of that coin of yourself, and know that feeling like a stranger with someone is temporary and should be incredibly brief if it's the right person, I think. And yet, I will admit that in the grand scheme of things, that you're always a little bit of a stranger to each other too. You know, your partner should be a little bit unto themselves in a sense. There should be a little bit there that you don't 100% know. I think it's kind of theft to expect to know someone completely. And I think what happened for me maybe was I just learned to honor that a little bit. You know, that this person is the way they are. I love you! I'll be right there! And you don't really want it all. You want to be able to experience it the way you did when you met them. And so there has to be a little bit of a stranger in them. I hope. The theory's pretty solid. I think it's pretty solid. Alright, so now what'll be really interesting is to see if I look like a complete idiot when I post this message. But I'll go ahead and post it. Take care, Jen. Hope you stay here next summer.